Oh, are we live?
Yeah, we're gonna go live on this. Hell yeah!
Oh, I thought it was
You know
a.
what, dude?
You don't.
That fuck
You don't tell me before if our conversations are private or not.
does it matter?
They just
Does
you
it
just
matter?
make them live. They were gonna have like a nice private conversation. It's like we're live. Okay.
Yeah, man, that was fucking awesome. I don't
That was
know.
great.
Yeah, I thought I really enjoyed that. You
I
know,
liked it. I liked Abby.
oh, Abby's beautiful. Yeah,
It's
she's a
great.
lovely girl. Yeah, there's a great guest. I don't know. It's just my own personal choice, but
Mm.
it's just me.
Because
You
Devin
know,
had never actually spoken to her, like on any hangout or anything.
no, that was the first time.
Oh, nice.
But that is what I do, man.
Because you really don't. Even if she makes like good videos, you don't know how people are gonna be in a hangout live and everything.
Well,
But she seemed delightful.
I figured that because she makes videos and is used to talking to camera, that she'd be pretty good on a hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. It kind of got. It didn't get overthrown by anything. I thought I'd kept the people that were coming into the hangout quite low. You know, for the I got a lot of requests, and I was like, nah, man, I've got to keep this down.
That was a good amount.
Yeah.
Some people were like, just chimed in very now and again, like Hagbard.
Yeah, Hadbat. I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
he's
Yeah.
smart. He's very humble.
Yeah, and he doesn't butt in.
Nah, he just says what he needs to say, like at a certain time, and then he just hangs back.
And when we say don't butt in, we know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice, man. I really enjoyed that. We had like 350 views on that already. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And I'm advertising this right now. I don't care. This hangout's called Anthony and Gash.
the Gash.
just Anthony and Gash.
And Gash. Anthony and Gash.
I know. I'm fucking stupid, man. I really enjoyed after the fucking shit with the dogs and stuff. That kind of hurt me, like not intellectually, but for me to be able to relax.
Like you mean emotionally or psychologically?
Both, man. She was in tears.
Your wife?
My wife was in tears, man, because she couldn't find the dog.
But they found the dog.
Yeah. Right. Well, like as we were on the hangout, my phone rang. The house phone rang, and it was some random woman that had found the dog, and because she had a collar around her neck, and she called, and my wife went and picked her up. Like, fuck. This is a corgi, right? That's like 10 years old with tiny little short legs, and she'd run like 3 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to go pick her up. Well, she went and picked her up.
And this was your mother's-in-law dog?
My mother-in-law, my wife's mother's dog, my mother-in-law's dog.
That would have been shit if you had actually like completely lost a dog.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
you've been on your mother-in-law's bad side for the rest of your life.
Rest
of her life.
Yeah. We've got 2 people watching this already.
Really? Did you tweet anything about it yet?
No, but I can't. Well, you can tweet out. I don't know. I can do half an hour. I'll do till 1 a.m.
You always say we're gonna do like, we'll do a half hour. We'll do 20 minutes. We do 3 hours. It's always the same.
I know, but I know, but you say it's 1 a.m. right? What time is it there, Lala?
3:20 a.m.
3:20 a.m.
Yeah, but I was up until like 5 a.m. last night with Mercedes and John and Hagbard.
Yeah, how did that go, man? That guy, I mean, John, I don't know how he got that. I don't know how he got her in there, but
you just asked. She didn't even know what she was going into. That's very admirable. She was cool with going in. I think she had a good time.
I said, well, why didn't you get her in our hangout tonight?
I actually forgot. I was gonna. Huh?
Well, I said on your show. I mean, I don't care about mine, but I mean, getting her as like a next sort of guest.
No, I
think that'd be really good for you.
I asked her if she would. No, she was happy to. She followed me. I already DM'd her a little bit.
But Mercedes follows everybody. Mercedes followed me like 3 months ago.
No. I asked her, like, I said, I have a podcast. I've had these people on. Would you like to be on? She was like, she was happy to, and just to DM. And she said, I'll follow you. And she said, like, DM me and keep in touch because I forget about people. So she actually like said to like, you know, to DM her and talk to her so she doesn't forget.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it gets really busy.
Yeah. But no, she seems like a nice lady. I'm sure she gets, you know, tons of requests to come on podcasts and videos and stuff. Or maybe people are too intimidated.
Well, there is that, isn't there?
Yeah, I was intimidated. Like when I logged on, I was kind of like, if you watch the video, I'm kind of quiet. And then the first 30 minutes, I'm really quiet. And as soon as I logged on, I got super red. And after the video was on, you can see it. I can see myself in the little tiny video, and I turned full tomato red. And I was like, "Oh my god, look at all!"
Yeah, I told my wife about it this morning, and I told her about your first comment that you put in the video. I can't believe the first comment I said was that I was really red. And my wife was pissing herself laughing because she's seen you and stuff, and she knows you're lovely and that. It's like, you know, you're just a regular guy.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh, hello, you silly boy."
Yeah. Because what can I say? I'm intimidated by beautiful women.
I know, but I mean that's you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
I guess.
And it was good to like have a pre-conversation with her on that hangout before I talked to her on my podcast, because that would have been horrible if that would have been like my first reaction to her on my podcast.
Yeah, I mean, if you I'm trying to tweet this out, dude. Can you tweet this out? I'm struggling here.
What is this called? Anthony and Gash.
Anthony and Gash. The Gash. I do like.
No, she seems like she seems like a person who, if you just hung out with her, should be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
she doesn't put herself on a pedestal. She's very like humble and intelligent, and just likes talking to people. Cares about issues.
That hangout that we did adds 384 views already. Can you believe that?
People watch these things beginning to end. Hundreds of people.
Well, I mean, okay, well, yeah, which you kind of insinuating that that's somehow, you know, kind of weird. And it is.
It is a little weird. Don't you think it's a little weird?
Okay. It is if you. Well, it's not weird. No, it isn't weird. But I mean, for me as an example today, I drove to Snyder with my kids and my wife, and then I had to drive back, and the only thing I listened to was you talking to Skepto, the entire thing. I listened to the entire thing for 2 hours. I was driving, and I listened to it, and you know, from almost finish to end.
I understand like the voyeuristic.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this today, though, dude. Right, and it's nothing to do with about being voyeuristic or anything like that.
No?
My media input, my media consumption, should I say, is not TV, and it's not general radio. It's from YouTube and other things like that. Now, that's not weird.
What do you think YouTube offers that other things don't? Like, why listen to that podcast?
Because it's more personal. It's like, you know who the people who are, you know the people, or you have a connection to the people that are talking. You know, it's not like you're not listening to a DJ that you've never met, you're never going to meet, and they're just playing records or whatever. He's not just playing tunes on a radio station, or it's not just like, you know, Howard Stern talking to somebody else. You have a personal connection.
And you can interact with them. You can get into the chat. You can tweet at them.
Yes.
And they'll probably talk about you and interact with you.
That's right. So that is a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that only goes to on a small scale, because of course, let's say you and your channel got to 100,000 subscribers. Well, then your attention is going to be spread really thin, and the people that and the people that used to or still contact you when you had 800 subscribers, were still contacting you, and you're going to then ignore them. Not ignore them, but you don't have time for them. You don't have your attention is spread so thin.
Well, I think the main difference is like when I had like 800 subscribers, I could still, anybody who wanted to talk to me, like, you know, like start a chat with me on Twitter or in a direct message or anything like that, I could easily take time to talk to them. But now it's not like that anymore. Now it's like people want like, oh, I want to talk to you, but like, I don't have time.
It's not, but you're not like dismissive.
No, it's just too much.
But I think what a lot of people who don't do this kind of thing and don't have a large sort of following or whatever,
Yeah.
They forget the fact that if you just make a comment, look, I think this is really great. I mean, don't expect a comment back, but if you ask somebody a question, or bring up something that's valid, then you may get a response.
Yeah, I think especially if they know how to use Twitter well, that in the sense that just make it one tweet, very simple, and a short interaction, it's more likely like you'll get a response than you get like you want to have too much of a deep conversation.
Yeah, like if you have, like if you're new to Twitter and you go, hey, at da 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 da, what do you think about whatever, then you may get a response. But if you just make a comment like, I think I think you're a bunch of cunts, or I don't like what you do, or I really love what you do, or just making a general comment in general, I might like it, I might give it a little red heart as it is on Twitter right now. But if you ask me a question, I will respond more so than probably what you would.
I'm still at the point where I will respond to like any like fan messages or fan mail. Like I'm getting like longer fan messages on my Facebook page where people are like, just writing that they like my podcast, but like longer things, right? Of like appreciation to me. And those I'll respond to and I'll write something, longer, but not just thank you. I'll write them back and have a little bit of a back and forth with them and stuff like that, because I feel like that means a lot more than just like a question.
Absolutely. Yeah. I fucking love all that shit, man. I mean, if people are gonna like take the time out to say how much they love you stuff, say I really get a lot out of it. I mean, that means so much. I mean, but even you look at like people like Ricky Gervais, right? Who's the biggest of the biggest. If he reads, like he said the same thing. If he reads something that says, Ricky, I think you're doing a fantastic job. I love what you're doing, and da da da, he's going to get something out of that. He's not going to think, oh well, I'll just disregard it. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get a response.
And it's not that there's like I enjoy getting smoke blown up my ass, but this is a lot of work, right? I didn't actually know how much work this was up until recently, and it's killer, right? So it's you do kind of need enthusiasm and to know somebody is getting something out of it. If not, it's not worth it. If nobody's getting anything out of this, then it's like, it's not a lot of the things I do are not worth doing, right? So
I mean even for me, pal, I mean, I'm not here, like we've already said, I'm not, I mean, you're there for slightly different reasons from what I'm here for. I'm doing this as like, it seems fun and I enjoy it and I enjoy talking to people, as you do, but you have a larger goal to make, through Twitter and stuff like that. And we all know what that, we have talked about that. But I don't know, it is somewhat gratifying. It is gratifying. I don't want to ignore the people that enjoy what we do and enjoy the talks that we have, and those kind of things.
Yeah, but we were talking about in the other hangout how it's much easier for these other people like Abby and Devin and Logic to make scripted videos, think about them, and just let it out. But I'm doing like 1.5 hour, 2 hour podcast with people, and my preparation is I actually have to read about like the things they know about.
Did you do that with
me? Huh?
Did you do that with me?
No, not so much.
I know what we did. I know we had a Skype chat before and stuff, but it was
but I mean, but like that already when we had the Skype chat before, that's already like some time I have to take in preparation, right?
And that is work, and you're absolutely right. And I suppose I put work in when I think about it.
And the other thing is, like, when I talk like to anybody and I'm talking for an hour and a half, I don't want to sound dumb. I want to, I have to, I also, I'm kind of conscious that I want to keep the conversation going and it be interesting. I don't want to have like, tons of time of dead air. And sometimes the person is talking and I can kind of feel like they're about to stop and I have no idea what to ask them next, and I'm like, fuck, what do I ask them next? And I don't want to spend 30 seconds of dead air thinking about it. Like,
exactly
something. So I'm like racking my brain, like, what the fuck can I ask them, right? So and then I'm saying stuff, and then I'll say something, and I might say something really stupid I can't take back, and it's just at the moment, it's not scripted, it's hard. It's really difficult to do it live.
Yeah, but for you to think about that in real time, I can't do that. because I haven't done any research as far as that. Because I'm talking to Devin and you and people like that. Those are my friends.
Right, but the subjects I'm talking about with a lot of these people, when Ali Rizvi comes on, or Michael Sherlock comes on, they're not talking about like, oh, let's talk about bullshit like we do in the Hangouts. Like they want to talk about, important stuff, and I know to a large degree, like a lot of people just want to say what they have to say, right?
Yeah,
but
or they've got something to push, or they've promoted a book or something. Although you really haven't had anybody on like that, have you? Not yet.
No, not really. No, I mean I try to push their book, and they don't even ask me to do that. They could care less. I'm like, do you want me to mention it? Like they're like, yeah, if you want to. They don't really care.
Yeah,
that's not really what they're there for.
Yeah, Sam Harris next.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I haven't asked him.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about Sargon and stuff like that. I don't think he's a good fit either. And I'll say that alike. I don't think he's a good fit for your show. No, I have nothing against the guy. I just don't think he's maybe.
Well, I don't have anything against him either. But I mean, even Skeptor was a little bit off from what I do, because they just work in a different realm. I even told that to Skeptor. We work in kind of like different sides of the table. You work in like you really care about social, and he would speak in detail too about feminism and social justice warrior things that, and I didn't know. I didn't know what he was. A lot of what he was referred to, he knew much more detail than I. It's not the realm I work in.
Was that just like an off the cuff thing that you did then?
Yeah, I mean, because I had I was in that hangout he did with Ahmed from England. They had a conversation about Israel Palestine. And then I asked Skeptor, do you want to be on my podcast? And then we found a day, and it was just it was just by coincidence. I didn't really go looking for him too much. So
is he going to get the graphic treatment?
Huh?
I say, is he going to get the graphic treatment?
The graphic,
the letters.
No, because I did it live, so it's just going to stay like that.
You know what I'm saying, pal?
Yeah. No, because I did it live, so it's not going to be edited with it and the nice words and everything.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I wonder what his real name is. In my head, I'm thinking, what is his real name? But yeah. Who cares? Come to Vegas, pal.
Yeah.
You should come to Vegas, dude.
Oh, and now, like, on top of that, like, Mercedes is going to be hanging around there, maybe.
There we go.
Yeah.
We do just a live one. Cameras on some balcony somewhere over Vegas. That would be awesome.
And Mercedes brings a couple of her porn star friends.
Yeah, me and Devin will be in the background, just chilling out, martinis.
Devin has a girlfriend, you're married, so I'll be the only single guy there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying, like.
Oh, fantasies! Oh, fantasies!
Yeah. So fuck, man. I don't know. I was feeling so tense during the hangout with the dog thing. That was so pathetic, man. Fuck, that fucked everything up for me.
You were kind of off because of that?
Yeah, a little bit. I was way distracted for the first hour. I couldn't concentrate because my wife was so upset and blah blah blah. 400 views, dude.
I mean, it's even worse with the new detail I know. It's like not only was she out looking for a dog and you were in a hangout, but she was crying.
We talked about it. I don't want to seem like I'm an asshole. I mean, it's not like, well, I'm going to do this fucking hangout and she's looking for a dog. It wasn't like that.
I mean, so that's what it sounds like.
I know it wasn't that whatsoever. It's like we talked about it. It's like, I'm going to do that. I'll just cancel the whole fucking thing and I'll come out and look for the dog for you. And no.
She said no.
Well, no, somebody had to stay and look after the kids. So go looking for the dog. So I stayed here and I got the kids to bed and stuff. It's all totally genuine. I don't hide anything.
Yeah. I think I am going to take a little bit more slow my podcast though. I was doing the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm doing way too much.
You're pumping content out without a doubt.
Yeah. But it takes a toll on me.
Oh God, yeah, man, it tires you out. Just give me 1 second, right? Yeah. Everybody can listen just there or listen to you singing.
There's nothing worse than the Crusades. There's nothing worse than dropping nuclear bombs. Hold on. Tang 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 tang.
That's pretty quick. That's as quick as I could be while shoving some food in my mouth.
You don't remember that time when I think it was like one of the first times we spoke, you used camera.
Yeah, we were talking about that, did I? When?
Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but I always had the memory of us talking in a hangout, and you had the video on. So I always knew what you looked like.
So this is something that I was thinking about the other day. Mm-hmm. When did we first come into contact with each other?
I remember perfectly. I don't remember how far back it was, and this was like maybe 3 months ago, more. And we've been in contact, but I was actually out with my girlfriend with and we were drinking at some place, and suddenly I got messages, direct messages for you, and I forget what you said, but you're like, I think you said you liked my tweets. And I thought you were a little kid. I thought you were a little American kid. I thought you were like a 14-year-old boy in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, because from your freaking avatar from like Nelson, and so we were talking, and I remember like we talked a lot. Like I was with these friends, and I was like tweeting and DMing you, and suddenly and then not that much later, you invited me on a hangout, and I heard the voice of an old Englishman. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I thought this was a child.
How did it start though? That's the part that I don't remember. What?
Well, you contacted me. I don't know. Like I think you were.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just drunk.
Probably.
Fuck you. I know. And then we get to talk, and then now you're inviting me over to Chile.
Absolutely. And I haven't made like that good of friends with a lot of people that I would invite to Chile too.
Don't forget to send me those pictures, by the way.
I honestly I've been looking for them on like my computer, and I can't find one. I usually have a bunch. I just can't find it right now.
No,
I'm sure my parents have pictures of that. I have to ask them.
No, Mom. When we were driving to Snyder this morning, I told my wife. She was just like, she didn't swear, but her eyes just widened.
Really? Oh, she'll love it.
No, man, just the idea of going to Chile and going to Santiago and just going to
not staying in a hotel, but like it's a nice apartment on the 15th floor looking over the beach.
It isn't just that, dude. It's just meeting,
and having somebody to know here, and a friend. Yes. Yeah, it's so much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
the first time
I take you guys around and it's like different if you're like staying in a hotel versus like you're gonna come over to my house and I'm gonna cook for you guys and stuff.
Jesus Christ, that sounds awesome. No,
I cook well. I don't know if you know that about me. I love cooking.
I do too.
Yeah.
No, but the but the thing is, the first time I ever went to America, I went to Chicago and I stayed with a family in Chicago.
Nice.
And they took us around, and that was 9 years at the time. And they took us around, and they took us into Chicago, and we had a guide to find out the best places in Chicago, and we went to really good restaurants, and we went to, up the Sears Tower and all that kind of thing. And that was just an amazing experience. But it's always better when you look around a massive city with somebody who knows the way around.
Definitely. Like when I was in Asia,
I was going to find the best places.
When I was in Asia, I went to visit Hong Kong, and one of the reasons I went there is because in Hong Kong I had a few friends. Like I knew at least like 5 friends. One good friend, like I stayed at his house, and then I had a bunch of other friends who took me around. And that is so much better. Like you have like actually friends I meet up with, and they want to take me to this restaurant and this place, and
especially in Hong Kong. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I could have gone to other places. It's like I only chose Hong Kong because I know, okay, I have people here who are actually gonna take me around, and I don't have to stay at a hotel and just go to touristy places. Like they'll take me to like really, legitimate places.
I do love Chinese food.
Oh yeah, my friend just took me to the best, and this is Chinese food, so you don't know what you're eating. So I would ask him, what are they? What is this? What is this food? And he's like, okay, first eat some of it, and then I'll tell you. Hello?
Sorry, I muted my mic. Sorry, yeah, it's like pigeon or something.
No, I did have pigeon.
Yeah, it's supposed to be as long as
It was
as
great.
long as they've eaten the right things, they're not just eating shit off the floor.
Yeah. And I'll say this is like as far as anything, like I ate a lot of weird things, but the Chinese, anything they cook it well. Like even if it was weird, it was well done. It tasted great. My friend told me like there's a saying in China about the Chinese. He says that he said the Chinese, the only thing we don't eat that flies are planes, and the only things with four legs that we won't eat are chairs and tables. Everything else will eat.
That's a great thing. That's really good. I can well imagine. But oh fuck it. I want to experience a lot. I've never been to Asia and I've never been to South America.
No, nothing? Not in Mexico, anything like that?
No, I wouldn't want to go to Mexico right now. No, no. I mean,
you have to go to like safe places though.
I wouldn't ever want to visit somebody. Oh, sorry, I wouldn't want to ever visit somewhere that seems like a third world country. The appeal of it's just not there. Like my mother-in-law has been to Honduras and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Honduras is pretty cool. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like Chile. If you came here, you would immediately say like this isn't third world. You'd say it's, this is like the United States, pretty much.
I'm sure. But
yeah, but a lot of places in Latin America are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. If for example, Paraguay, don't go to Paraguay.
Why?
Yeah, absolutely, don't go to Paraguay.
Why?
It's just a shithole. All respect to people in Paraguay. It's just the first impression when I got there and I got off the plane and I kind of went to the capital.
Asuncion. They'll go to Bolivia.
Well, Paraguay's worse.
Is it really?
Yeah, it looks like it just had a war.
Mm.
It's just I spoke with a teacher of mine once, and he's like there are countries that are first world like the United States. There are countries that are close to becoming advanced first world countries like Chile. There are poor countries like Bolivia and Peru. And he said the problem with Paraguay, it's like a country that still dreams of being a country, even a poor country.
So what's that country that's? Huh? So what's the country that's going to do the weed law?
The what
really
law?
Like advanced as far as marijuana goes?
I don't think Chile's going to do that yet.
No. But there is a South American.
I think Uruguay.
Yes.
I think Uruguay is doing that. Yeah.
And Uruguay's like a decent place to go, is it?
No, Uruguay's nice. It's one of my favorite places I've been in South America.
Now, not just because of that law, but the president there is like some forward-thinking, awesome guy.
Yeah, and it's always been like a very nice country. I went there years ago, and Montevideo, the capital, it's gorgeous.
Montevideo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, Uruguay is really nice.
Yeah, you see, all these places when I lived in England, these were places that I'd never imagined I would ever visit, ever. I mean, America, yes. But South America, nah. Never in a million years. But hell yeah, man. Fuck. I really love to see the Andes, even if it's just from like a distance.
Well, you can see it from my house.
Well, one of my favorite movies is Alive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know them?
Yeah. Eat the Pilots.
The soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack. Yeah, well, I know what happened, but I mean. Yeah. The whole thing that they all had to go through. I don't know.
Yeah, it's amazing that that's a real story, isn't that? Isn't that crazy?
It's a true story. But obviously some I don't know. Some maybe that are not true, but
well, the basis of it is true. They were up there and they ate people and they came down.
Yeah, but the way that the people talked about their own country. The movie, right?
Alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way they talk about their home country. Like, I want to see the skies of Chile, and
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
just the way that they talk about it. I don't know. It just gives me chills.
Mm.
And the
Well, you
soundtrack
have to
thing.
come, man.
Fuck, man. I will be there. I promise. I promise. If it's not next year, but the year after. In fact, it will probably be next year.
So not 2006, 2007. I'm sorry, 2000, not 2016, but 2017.
No, 2016.
Oh, it'll be in 2016. Good.
Yeah, because we've not been on a family vacation ever as a
Was it?
family of four.
This is a good place to come to, and I'll probably, if you don't come next year, I'm probably going to be leaving Chile after next year.
And go where?
I don't know. Possibly to the States.
So, do you have a U.S. passport, or can you?
Yeah, because I was born in the United States. All my siblings were.
Oh, so you're
So
like you have dual nationality.
yeah, I have like, yeah, I have completely dual national. I actually have to vote in I actually
You
like in
have
the
to vote?
last what is it, the last 3 elections, I've had to work at the election tables in Chile by law because
Really?
I'm a citizen. Yeah. It's random, but I keep getting chosen, but I am like a
Wow.
citizen and I have to do shit like that. So
Wow.
yeah. But yeah, no, I
That,
have like full citizenship in Chile and the US. I have my passport too. So I can actually, I have my brother's in the US right now.
yeah, my son has dual nationality. Yes, my son has both passports. He has an English and a US passport. My wife has just a US passport, and I just have a UK passport. And my daughter doesn't have a passport at all.
Hmm. You
But
know,
I
we have
mean,
13 people
legally,
watching this. That's a lot.
I know.
At, like, at this late hour, there are people. I just realized there's a ton of people commenting. That's amazing. I
Yeah,
had
and
no
then I
idea.
realized I'm gonna cut it off in 10 minutes. So
Yeah, that's
one
amazing.
in the morning is enough for me.
Yeah. 4 hours later.
I'm not working tomorrow, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I could get dual nationality easily. I could apply for it, but there's actually
You
no need for it from you right now.
are
I
you
have no
you
intention
sure you don't want to
to do what?
get citizenship?
Yeah, there's absolutely no need for it right now.
Mm.
Well, I can't afford it to be honest with you right now. I mean, to get an American passport and you don't have to denounce your English sort of nationality or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to get it costs it's like upwards of $2,000.
Really?
You have to go to a ceremony and hold your hand up and put your hand on your heart and all that shit. And there's no need for it. I have a green card that's good till 2020 something.
And then
So
you
I
could
don't
just
need that.
renew it because your children are
Yes,
also
of
American
course.
citizens.
Yeah, I could do that. But my
Your
wife,
children are your children are American citizens. Like they were born in the U.S., right?
yeah, both of them. Yeah. My son was born in Fort Worth, and my daughter was born in Odessa, or Midland, should I say.
Devin is now in the chat.
Devon's in the chat.
Yeah.
Get a life, you boring bastard.
Wasn't he supposed
We're
to be
reinforcing
gambling?
what I'm expecting from this. You fucking dick. Tell him to get out. Eject.
Hey, Devin, how did you like my comebacks with the Twitter thing? Huh? You like that, huh?
You see that though, right? But he said he was going to eject. He's finished that chat, right? And he was going to go do something. And now he's back online, right? Commenting on our video.
God, if I was in Vegas, I wouldn't be talking.
Exactly. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You should be
else.
sat on a blackjack table earning $2,000 an hour.
I'd be just staring at women like stalkerishly.
Yeah. The guy needs a girlfriend. No, he's got one, so she's back. That's why.
I'm drinking, he says.
Well, yeah. What is he drinking?
Entertain me. Yeah, I'm drinking too. I'm drinking tea.
Okay, he's drinking tea. I'm drinking beer. You had Venom. Who had Venom?
You had. What does that mean?
Look, he's such a fag. He won't even get in his fucking hangout.
What does it mean? You
I don't know what it means. He's talking in riddles, dude. That's what he does when he has no comeback. Yeah, he's drunk, man. Just ignore him. An idiot. An idiot.
I think he was. I'm listening to Kyle and TJ ripping me. I think I sensed a little jealousy that you said you were coming to Chile, and not Germany. I sensed a little like, what the fuck? He's taking his family to Chile, not Germany.
Devin will be getting out of Germany. Hopefully, he'll be taking his girlfriend with him. He'll get out of Germany. He'll move to, I don't know, South America or California or somewhere. Fucking faggot. You know. I mean, I don't know. He's just trolling us, dude. That's all he's doing. He's just trolling us. he's one of the 15 people that are watching us right now. What is his problem? I'm gonna ban it.
You're gonna ban him? You know what? I keep forgetting to ask you. And you just show me how to ban people from.
I've never been invited to Chile. Well, he's now invited to Chile. There you go. Is he invited to Chile?
Yeah, of course Devin is invited to Chile.
There you go, Devin. Sleep well.
Yeah, he was saying like, oh, like you can't make eye contact with me when you first meet me. I'm absolutely sure Devin is gonna I'm not even gonna see him coming. Like something I'm gonna be like in a backwards naked reverse choke on the floor. And he's gonna be like giving me a noogie on the head, my bald head, and he say, "How do you like that, you Palestinian bastard?" That's how I imagine Devin saying hi.
Give you a noogie. Yeah, that's what it would be. Give you a noogie.
He's just gonna be rubbing his knuckles on my head. Hey, you like that, you little Palestinian rock thrower? No, but I hope one day we'll the three of us hang out too.
Oh yeah, I'll never happen. He's a faggot.
I don't understand what he's tweeting to Ian.
Oh, I sent him the link. He won't come in.
I
count as more than one person. Get rid. I think Devin just wants a fight right now. I think he wants to come up against somebody who disagrees with him. And I think he's running out of people that will disagree with him.
That's probably yeah. He needs somebody to come to him and say, "You fucking asshole! I hate everything you do, and you just like debate me, you motherfucker." And
well, I mean, like, not really, but like do it intelligently. But I can't even think of a point that, well, other than the stupid ones. Like if somebody comes against him, like Israel or whatever, and he's still going to knock him down because I mean he's just talking about.
What intelligent person has come like and tried to debate Devin?
I'm sorry, say again.
What intelligent person has ever tried to come and debate Devin? I can't think of one.
Well, it's very difficult to debate facts, isn't it? And that's the thing. And it's just, fuck. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll get to the point where. Well, I mean,
it's only from what I see, it's like these popularity peddlers like TJ and the Drunken Peasants and Jacqueline Glenn, or it's people who are completely insane like G-Man or something like that, but no like really intelligent person has come like, let's have an intelligent debate. I haven't seen anybody who has tried to do that. Maybe
well, even these biggest like TJ and stuff like that, like he says, I only talk about things I'm right about.
They're not intelligent.
Yeah, but what he just said there, I only talk about things I'm right about, and I do the same thing. If I'm talking about something that I'm unsure about, I won't really say that much.
Right.
If it's like the political situation in fucking Pakistan or something, or the political situation in somewhere else, I don't know, some political thing that I'm not entirely sure of.
That's why I asked Devin, like, have you ever heard me say something you thought I was wrong about? And he didn't think of one because I do the same thing. I just don't talk about shit I don't know about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk to you about anything, but I mean, I could be wrong. I'll be wrong about all sorts of things, but I'm not going to start having an opinion. Well, I could still have an opinion on something that I don't know things about and then get called out on it. I don't mind that. But right now, I don't know what those things are because it's, 12:56 at night. Although for him, it's fucking 11 o'clock at night and he's just rocking on. He's ready to go out and lose some money on blackjack. Or on the horses or whatever. I don't know what it'll be. He's a faggot. I don't know. He's a pussy. Debate me.
Well, next, when I do move to the States, I'll then we have to meet up in Vegas or something.
Yeah, that's the thing online, right? It's like, well, if you're online, you've got to be arguing about something.
Yeah.
Is that true? I mean, do you really have to be arguing about something all the time?
I think you kind of do.
Why? I mean, it makes good
Even I
listening.
get
I get
bored.
that.
I
Yes, of
mean, for
course.
example, I've gotten totally bored of the whole Sam Harris as being attacked subject. I'm kind of getting bored of like the Islam subject in general to a large degree too.
Well, as far as the Islam subject goes, I mean, I guess you're getting bored about it because it doesn't really affect you. Whereas
No, it's
I
just
won't.
yeah. I mean, it obviously it affected me directly, but it's just like how what else can I really say about it? You know, I've really exhausted myself on Twitter with the subject. I'm really stretching it at this point. You know what I mean?
So what do we do? Just turn off and leave it there?
No, it's just like you have to advance the conversation to more specific things.
Yeah, but they're not even arguing. They're not even agreeing with us at that point. It's like, okay, so are we in agreement that Islam is a pile of shit or
Yes,
whatever? Obviously, simple.
right.
Yeah, but they're not agreeing with us on that point.
That's right.
So I mean,
But how many
so we
times
just
can I
go,
mean
okay, well,
how many times can I point out that is crap in how many different ways?
as many times as you need to do.
That's true.
But having said that, if you are getting bored with it, then your commitment to it will wane, and you'll be like, well, maybe I'll just leave it there because I don't really seem to be getting anywhere. So I'll just leave it there.
I actually have one I have a project idea I want to do, but I won't talk about it here because I don't want to make it public. We'll talk about it privately.
Sure.
But it's for Twitter. I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna run it past you.
Sure.
But the public is not gonna hear about it. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
If not, Devin is gonna steal my idea. He steals everything. Killer of content. How the hell does he not get like more strikes? Like what is it like 80% of his content's like, you know, videos from other places?
I don't even know why he gets fucking strikes in the first place. Well, I do because people don't like him telling the truth. Which is, I mean, that goes back to like you know, you're saying you're kind of bored with this thing. Well, it seems like other people aren't bored with it, and they will try and still shut people up.
Well, I mean, that was not that. I mean, that's one of the reasons I started like the YouTube podcast and I could talk to people thing, because it's exhausting saying like, you know, fuck Islam in 2,000 different ways on Twitter, and I'm talking to myself basically, right? I'm throwing it out there, but it's not a conversation. And the conversations I do have with people, it's like it's Twitter conversations.
Yeah, no, and you're talking about something that you are hearing about and reading about. Yes. And experiencing it, but you never experienced it yourself, really.
No.
You know, the things that we talked about in our podcast where, you know, the things I've experienced, for instance.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
so that makes me feel that there is a lot more to address and challenge. It's not even talking about it, it's more about challenging things. And more about getting up in people's faces about it.
Well, I think you misunderstood me. Like, I didn't say like I flat out don't want to talk about Islam. I want to talk about maybe more specific things,
such as
like address certain people in particular, address certain subjects. I'm
all for calling people out. Absolutely, all for calling people out.
Yeah,
individual people. I'm totally for that. Because, you know, like we've said in the past, you can't, and you know, from Abby that was on tonight, you know, separating the idea from the person. That's a massive thing. You can't do that. I mean, the idea is the person. The person who's thinking of that idea is the person that we need to address. So maybe, I mean, that's the way I want to go. Like,
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Attack that person, but attack their ideas.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, that's exactly what I was saying with being more specific. It's not just saying, you know, screw Islam in 2,000 different ways. Like I've said on Twitter, like I can't say that too many, like forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, be more specific. Like, actually, like Devin does with the Young Turks. You know, he got pissed off with these people in particular very specifically and went after them very hard. And I think he did make them lose a lot of followers. So that kind of same thing. But like, for example, I want to do more breakdowns maybe of Reza Aslan's work, because he has so much popularity. Anthony.
an aeroplane just flew
Oh,
like
okay.
200 feet above my head. So
Yeah. Yeah. But if, for example, like that's what I'm saying, like be more specific is not attack like Islam in general, but to like yes, we've done the Young Turks. I want to go very hard after Reza Aslan because he has a lot of popularity, you know, and so I think, you know, you really need to like dig into him, and if I can use the whatever popularity I've gained on Twitter and YouTube to start going after this guy, you know, I think it's worth doing.
Yeah, these people need to be exposed and like held up to the light. Like, okay,
I'm actually already researching like doing a breakdown of every like of the video that famous interview he did with CNN where he says like, oh, women in Indonesia are 100% equal to men.
Yeah.
Like I want to break down that video, but very specifically part by part and make it a pretty long video.
Right.
Because even Fred Martin has told me, he asked me like recently, like, do you have anything that breaks down this video part by part as being lies? Because people he knows in France are still using that video to prove their point, right?
Yep.
So, hola Devin, ¿cómo estás, puto?
Maricón. What the fuck's he doing in here?
Maricón.
Maricón. Puto. Hello, Devin.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Just listening to
I thought you were out gambling.
No, I went out and got drinks from the gas station across the street, and I'm drinking now.
The what?
Oh, excellent.
The what?
Gas station.
The gas.
The Gash station?
The Gash. The Gash.
The Gash station.
That's.
I'm gonna pee.
Give
me a second.
Okay. What were you guys talking about? Islam? You're saying you're bored of it?
No, I'm bored of talking about it the way I have, just like saying fuck Islam in 2,000 different ways on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Anthony understood. Like I wanted to give up the subject, but it's not that. That's like I want. Like I feel like I've done. Yes, I've said fuck Islam in 2,000 different ways. I've gone after Cenk Uygur. Like I need a new mark. Let's say.
Yeah.
Like Leon in the professional. Like you need a new hobby. You know, you have to go after somebody new.
He's like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm training. He goes, good, Leon. It's always good to stay sharp.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I think just follow your heart, whatever interests you. You know, not that you're asking for advice, but I'm sure there are others.
I am.
I mean, you're right.
What drinks did you get, Devin?
I'm doing Four Loko. It's the greatest value. And in Vegas, it's filled with no value. I mean, you can buy a $15 drink that's like a shot.
So you didn't buy like a bottle of bourbon, or you?
Nah. Just going low class. Keeping it real. Okay. But you know, I feel like I could just do one video that just said, "Look, Islam's a pile of shit." The end.
Right.
Just that's it. That's really what.
But you get the point, though.
But I feel like I've exorcised the demons when it comes to Christianity. You know, there's no need to go back to that well. You know, who wants to hear another Noah's Ark? Noah's Ark isn't real. Let's do a video about that.
All right. So once we've told everybody that Islam's shit.
Well, yeah.
Where do we go from there?
Well, we go for. See, I think it doesn't always have to be social change and sort of addressing problems. I like the hangout we had tonight, which was just talking. We talked about a lot of issues. None of it was really religious in nature. No. So. You know, we're talking about sociological things. You know, we're talking about sexuality, gender, you know, fame. We're talking about Josh's acting. I mean, I really want to do a podcast on that. You know, me and Lalo.
You want to do a podcast on Josh's acting?
No, I don't. But Lalo and I, we talked about movies. You know, it's not like we're movie experts or anything, but this is just what friends do. If you're talking with your friend, you don't just sit there and go, "We must talk about Islam. We must talk about current events." Are you guys ready? Are you ready to go? The Germans are coming. You could talk about anything.
And you know, it's funny, like that in that 2-hour hangout I did with Devin, I absolutely knew that while we were talking, and we didn't do it live, I knew before I posted it, the part about Leon the Professional is going to be the most popular part. Obviously. It was clear to me because it stood out. Everybody, with everything else we said, you know, it's like, yes, we kind of heard it and it's in a new and different way, and Lalo and Devin are talking and it's interesting, but that, you know, how many people have that, you know, really in-depth conversation about a movie in the circle like we we work in. Like
Right.
like you're not gonna hear Jacqueline Glenn have that conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And that was a surprise to me when you said Leon's my favorite film. And so I just was like, oh my God, this is a chance to talk about Leon with somebody for the first time, let alone in public. So that to me is new ground, and it's always fun. See, that's why I love creativity. That's why I love mashups, and I appreciate new ideas being presented and new thoughts. So you can't get stagnant with it, And I admit that a lot of my stuff tends to be repetitive, and I do want to move on. I don't want to dedicate my life to saying "fuck you" to Jenk. But it's just so fun. Sometimes it's just too tempting.
Your stuff isn't repetitive though. Jesus Christ, I got my video on.
Oh man, my boner just died.
Oh fuck you.
That was full semi. Well, yeah, I think I'd be interested to see where you take it. Because look, everybody's sick of YouTube drama. I mean, nobody who really cares about this stuff. Nobody.
I mean, the YouTube drama. It seems like there's a little select group that's like into the thing, but the videos are there, and after a while, it has no value. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Like the videos of like creation of cat is a little bitch. It's like, well, yeah, in a year's time, like what is that the video is gonna do, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect that to be some legacy video. But yeah, I think it is. It's difficult to reinvent yourself because people will know you for whatever they know you for.
So okay, so you've done the Young Turks thing. I mean, obviously that's going to carry on because they keep producing shit, and then but that gives you content then to rebuff.
Yeah, attacking atheists, attacking people in my camp, which is the left. That's fun. Promoting people I like. That's always going to be ever changing. Talking about race, that is a brand new topic, which obviously you could see how much there is on that to talk about. I mean, that's
race is a massive thing.
Right, yeah. But I mean, like, let's say if you're the Gash and you get followed by Sam Harris, right? So Sam Harris follows the Gash because he expects certain things from the Gash. He wants, a certain anti-jank, anti-regressive, anti-distortion. That he goes after the people that Sam Harris hates. So what if the Gash starts going, you know what, I'm going to start talking about porn stars. And I'm interviewed Mercedes, and I'm going to interview this other chick. And it's like, okay, well, now it's a risk. He's straying away from what got him there. And his,
but it's I'm not going to run my Twitter like worrying about like I need to maintain my Sam Harris follow.
Which is good. That's what.
Yeah, I'm totally like. Look, he followed me. It was amazing. I ran around like a little pussy. Yeah, Sam Harris followed. But I'm totally conscious of the fact like he's gonna. It's either to like clean his feed, or maybe I'll say something he disagrees. It could be anything, right? And it's unfollow and bye. And okay, that's the end of it. It's like I'm not gonna run my life for the rest of my days, worrying that is Sam Harris following me? Does he follow me?
That's not what you told me, Lala.
I don't know. I don't know why he followed you. I mean, I know you're good.
Why he followed you? Here comes out the envy. Here comes the envy.
No.
I don't know why he followed you.
No. Honestly, because he doesn't follow a lot of people, and like I know you're a good Twitterer, but like, is it because did somebody explain to him? They go, look, this guy not only is he a supporter of yours, not only is he, trying to help you, but he's a Palestinian and he's Chilean. I mean, because Sam gets accused of shit. I'm not saying that's the only reason. I'm saying that could be part of it. He gets called.
I don't think I'm irrelevant enough that it really that matters.
I wouldn't say that though. No. I think you are relevant. I think that the Twitter thing is extremely relevant these days. I mean, the whole Twitter sphere is a fairly really new concept. I mean, that is like 18 months old. To be really popular on Twitter and to have X amount of thousand followers and all that kind of shit.
I kind of know why he followed me though. It's just I got into it with a lot of the people that have attacked him, a lot of them, and there's dozens of them. And the thing is, I call them out on Twitter, and they actually address me back. They actually, they get into me, and I exposed a lot of the crap, and I think I did it pretty well. And he was just tagged in all those conversations,
Okay.
and
So-
I think he noticed because he saw them talking about it, and that stood out.
So
And I
you're
think
fighting.
yeah.
You're fighting a proxy war for Sam Harris.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think
You're like Hezbollah.
exactly.
You're like,
Yeah.
we should go into Gaza and kill everybody.
Go into Gaza and kill everyone. Yeah. But the thing is, I understand that to a certain degree he can't, because
Yeah,
if he
he doesn't want to.
if he did what I was doing, all these people would just feel validated. But
Yeah.
but it's different when I do it. When I
see-
do it, it's like who fucking cares if some Chilean Palestinian with a couple thousand followers is giving these people attention. I'm not.
Right.
I can't validate these people. A lot of these people have 10 times the followers I do, and they
But
work for
isn't
magazines.
Isn't that though? No, but you are getting the attention, though, Lalo, and that's the thing.
No, but
And
it's
then
different.
Sam-
It's different if Sam Harris recognizes them and validates them by arguing with them versus
And he
I do.
has. But Sam
Yeah,
has.
he has, but to a degree
No.
he has to stop too. He can't do it every day. If not, that becomes like his life, right?
It doesn't matter because you're now his little monkey, basically.
No. I think
Devin's little
no.
monkey.
I think Dave Rubin said it best. It's just he's an example, and the fact that they're doing it to him is just because he's an easy target for many reasons. He's white, he's Jewish, he's American, and he's soft spoken. He doesn't yell. He's not a Christopher Hitchens who's gonna destroy you emotionally and psychologically. He speaks very softly. He's not gonna go to the ad hominems and things like that. So they can pick on him, and they know they're not going to get a very harsh response. They're going to get a logical, rational response, and they like that because they're not working in the logical, rational realm. But the point is I do it because I just don't like what they're doing to the conversation in general. It doesn't have to be him. I'm only talking about him because they mostly target him because he's the soft target.
Well, I just think you're just adding to the conversation, and you're extending the conversation. You're creating that pushback. That's what I see. And you're creating it in a very good way.
I think
I
it's.
don't know, maybe.
I think it's Lalo de Gash's world, and we're all just living in it.
Yes.
Know? I mean, the man is on fire. The man is a
coattailing on him.
Yeah, I know. The man's he's leveraging me. He's stepping on me like I'm a stepping stone.
It says 3 against the whale.
Yeah, dude, I get emails. I get like 50 emails a day where they're like, "When are you gonna do a hangout and get that Chilean guy on? He's awesome." Like, I want to. They're using me to get to him.
You liars.
Bullshit. No, but you know what you do? You scratch an itch that Sam loves getting scratched, and he doesn't see it get scratched often in public.
And he doesn't have to do it, and that's the same thing. Why you want to ask, and I'm talking about Lalo. Why you want, or you're hoping that people who follow you get other people to ask these bigger people to come on your show, because you don't want to ask them.
Right. I'm not going to grovel.
Exactly, and that's the same thing for you, Devin. It's like you don't want to talk to, I don't know, whoever.
Yeah, but I don't have a show. Like Lalo has a show.
I know, but
I have
you
a
have a
room.
platform though.
Right. Yeah.
You have a platform though.
Yeah.
Right. And you have a big platform. Everybody's looking at you, Devin, right? And everybody's looking at Lalo now.
Yeah. Well, he's Harris Hezbollah. That's what he is.
Harris Hezbollah.
Yeah, all about nicknames.
But that is social media, Devin. That is social media, and that's the world we live in these days. That's the way I see it, right? It's everything is social media, and everybody talks to each other face to face, obviously, because they have to do. But when it comes to social media and these contacts that you have to be, the contacts that you have to make, and these connections that you have to make, and hey, so and so, do you want to come on so and so's show and all that kind of thing, and give them some kind of platform. That's where it's at these days, as far as I'm concerned.
It's kind of funny. I thought I was very conscious of the fact that like Ali Rizvi and Dave Rubin said, "Oh, I'll come on your podcast," and a large part of me thought like, well, that might be it. Like these might be the only two people who are going to say yes. And then I have to actually make videos like Devin makes videos of me just talking to the camera, because maybe there's nobody else who's going to want to talk to me. But then I just kept trying, and everyone kept saying yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for Devin. I mean, he talks and creates these videos and pisses people off, but itches that scratch, and that's what he's doing. It might be a scratch it might be a scratch that it might be an itch that doesn't need scratching, but he's going to scratch it nonetheless.
Yeah, because it's not an itch that's ever been scratched. It's one of those times when it's like a masseuse will rub you in a spot where you're like, oh my god, I didn't even know I had nerve endings there. It's like, oh my god, this has been so sorely needed. And that's what the backlash is. The backlash against regressives is something that has never been addressed publicly and with fortitude. And that's what we are doing. That's what we're a part of. And that's why it's satisfying to people, to some schmo who's watching this, in their bed. And they're like, thank God I can't say this shit on Facebook, but these guys are saying it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like the thing we talk about is not simple. It's easy to defend gay marriage. It's easy to say, don't attack black people. That anybody can do that. What we're doing is very complex because we're attacking people on the left who claim to be fighting for liberal principles, and we're saying no, you're not, and we have to explain that. And that's not easy. It's not simple to expose.
Yeah, and they demonize us like they're trying to say, oh, you're just like the right. No, we attack the left because we love the left, because we are the left, because we're trying to bring these demented loser sheep back into the flock. And they just don't want to come back in. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but you have to know the right questions to ask, the right points to make, the right arguments to expose, the right comparisons to do, like you did with when they were talking about the pit bulls and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in those comparisons that people are like, oh yeah, these guys aren't liberals. Oh, they are themselves racist and assholes and regressive.
I wonder how many views that video has of mine. I never go back and check these things, but like that video, if you can't see from that video what is happening, nothing's going to work on you. Like, I hope that people who are independent or riding the fence or who are Young Turk fans or regressives, they look at that stuff and just start to have the wheels turn.
I was thinking about doing a similar video with the Mein Kampf video of theirs and the Quran, because I was listening to every argument they were making about Mein Kampf, and I'm like, the same thing about the Quran, the same thing in the Quran, the same thing in the Quran.
Well, and the key difference, nobody follows Mein Kampf. The only people that follow Mein Kampf are Muslims today.
Exactly.
Like it's the worst analogy ever, because the analogy eats its own tail. When they try to talk about how, Israel is like Nazis and the Muslims are like the Jews. No, you could not be. It's terrible. It's the worst analogy ever invented. Now, what I want to see is somebody do a visual graph of all the players online and who the regressives are, and start with Sam Harris and Ben Affleck and just work all the concentric circles and say who is on what side, the new atheist over here. Like, just to see it on some big wall, just a mural of it.
Who's the biggest players on YouTube, though, with regards to that?
What is the biggest place?
Who are the biggest players?
In terms of which side?
Well, the regressive left and the not regressive left.
I feel like the regressive left is way bigger. I feel like they have these huge platforms.
Right, okay, but I see the regressive left as being a very segmented and... You know what it is. There is no coherent formation to that side of it. Whereas our side, I don't know. I seem like we're getting something together. Maybe I'm talking shit.
There was no coherent formation to that sentence you just gave. But but here's the thing. They don't even know what to call us. Like, we've labeled them regressives. Which is just, they call themselves progressives.
Yeah, but who are they? There isn't anybody on they.
No, we know them. It's Kyle. It's Kyle Kalinske. Hold on,
there is nobody that would admit to it. Is what I'm saying.
Right. Oh. Well, what, admitted that they're regressive?
Yes, to say that I am on that side. I am definitely not on the.
Well, racists don't admit they're racist. They're like, I'm not racist, but.
No, but they don't have to. If you are progressive, if you are somebody just that exhibits these things which we point out and clarify, then you're one of them. They don't know what to call us. That's the problem. Like, they will say, oh, the new atheists say, you know what the new atheists do? They want to be imperialistic. It's like, what? What kind of a non sequitur is that? So they're accusing Richard Dawkins of being Dick Cheney. It's like the most fucking fucked up story. It doesn't make any sense. So they don't, when Sam Harris goes up against Ben Affleck, the people that side with Sam Harris, that group of people does not have a name. Yeah, and yet what do? It's all the three of us. That's that group. What are we called? Flying monkeys? No. What are we called?
And we just find each other online because we're like, oh, he gets it. He's defending,
Yes.
and we just see through the arguments. It's not like there's a word we can jump to and hashtag to.
Yeah. So the point that I failed to make, thank you, Devin, is that our side has no direction. Our side has no formation. Our side has no.
Maybe it shouldn't.
Well, yeah, but fuck. Well,
because you have to remember, like, atheist is the antagonism towards something else.
Atheism has nothing to do with it.
Exactly. No, but atheism is that we are calling somebody else out on their bullshit. We're not making claims ourselves. And we could say the same thing about regressives, right? It's like we're not here to make a claim. We're here to say, no, you're full of shit.
Well, we need to take the atheism part out of it because believing or not believing in God has got nothing to do with it.
No. It's just a comparison.
Well, then you're talking.
That we're not rallying around a common ideal. We're rallying around a common distaste for another.
Absolutely, yeah. But the atheism part of it is irrelevant.
Yeah, I
mean,
agree.
We're not even talking about believing or not believing. I know. But I'm just saying, believing or not believing in God is irrelevant. It's got nothing to do with what we're actually talking about. We're talking about good ideas and bad ideas. Yeah. And the way I see it, we're on the side of the good ideas, and they're not.
Devin has to go. Yeah. Oh, he left.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
All right. Well, anyway, I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. We always have Devin jumps in, and it's the three of us. We have a good conversation.
Always. Well, we are the three. We're like the three musketeers, pal.
Yeah. We have the
anti-regressivism. Anti-regressivism. I can say that. I can say that at 1:24 in the morning.
Anti-regressivism.
And you can say that at 4:24 in the morning.
I kind of also want. I also wanna like I'd like to go after more Reza Aslan, and I this is way off topic for me. It's more what Devin does with race, but I detest Francesca Ramsey. I really am disgusted by her, and I've been commenting on her videos a lot, like and I'll leave the same comment on the MTV post on Facebook, her post on Facebook, and then I'll also leave the same comment on the YouTube comments, the same code, and make sure it's like out there, right?
But surely she's just a mouthpiece for something else.
Well, they all are. I mean, even
I mean, it's not her, is it? I don't know. What she says in those videos, how much of that is her own opinion? Is that her?
I think it is. I think she really buys into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, but okay. But before I go, because I'm gonna have to do as well because it's getting really fucking late. But she is just somebody who works for MTV. Right, and MTV is a massive network, so whatever she says must be then okayed by somebody else.
Well, I was aware of her before she got on MTV. Like she was making her own little YouTube videos online about this same shit, and then they hired her. I was aware of her before, she was on.
Oh, was she spying that show?
Oh yeah, she had her own little YouTube following, and just like a very simple little channel, and she was doing the exact same shit, shit. Yeah, she was always around, and same thing with like this Lacey Green girl. She also had this little channel where she talked to the camera and talk about like, oh, I'm a feminist and blah blah blah. And then she also got hired by MTV because they're just looking for these regressive social justice warrior types.
Wow,
MTV really went to shit.
Well, maybe in the future a news organization will come out that doesn't support that, and then me, you, and Devin will get hired. And
that's a very good idea, actually. Like one organization like MTV, but it's just like the anti-regressive channel.
Yeah, that would get a lot of hits.
Yeah,
I actually imagine that, dude. It's like the anti-MTV, or or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. I mean, I was only introduced to that person from watching YouTube.
Oh, you know something? I actually very recently I bought the regressiveleft.com. I own that. No,
The regressiveleft.com.
Yeah, just the URL. I bought it, so I could start. If I started a web page, I have the URL.
Well, then you need to make use of that, pal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking about doing something with that, but like, some kind of idea about that.
Yeah, we could. Well, we.
Yeah, no, we definitely. Like, who else am I gonna do it with?
I don't know, it's your side.
I'm gonna call Josh Banco.
Why do we keep mentioning that?
I don't know. He's just so entertaining. I told you this before. I find him entertaining, and now with the whole with his video, his audition tape. Oh, I don't know. I almost like him.
You know what you do? You know what you do? Get him on your channel.
But like with a hangout with like all of us, or what? Or on my podcast? No, I wouldn't be able to take him seriously. I would not be able to take him seriously.
No. Get him on a hangout between you and him.
Just the two of us.
Yeah, not me, because I mean, fuck, he'll run a mile. I've already beaten down. Devon's beaten down. I mean,
might as well, right?
Get him on there.
Yeah.
Talk to him. I mean, he'll love the attention. But
I'd love to see him try and justify what he says to me. That would be entertaining.
Yeah,
but
you'll disseminate him in ways that I can't or haven't.
In just a different way.
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus Christ, you'll pick it. Yeah, so ask him, see if he wants to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Yeah, it's just demolish. I mean, I don't know if you're going to get him on to demolish him. I mean, Jesus, can you imagine? I mean, if I was him and you asked me to come in, I'd be like, yeah, all right then. But then realize he's just going to be stepping into something. It's like stepping into like a frozen puddle, thinking that it's like solid, and then just stepping into it and falling straight through it into frozen water. That's the way I see it.
What have I done?
What did I just do? I'm going to die here. Oh, floundering. Yeah. It's up to you, pal. Even if you find him that interesting as a social.
I would just feel bad, like just inviting somebody on just to like just to kind of like.
Well, I know, yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah.
Don't give him the lines, dude. Don't give him the lines.
No, that's not gonna happen. No. That's definitely not.
No, we're talking about that.
No,
do not give him the lines.
He's not getting the
lines. Don't give him lines.
No, he's not getting the lines. He's definitely not getting the lines. No. You know, at some point I was actually like, when I was first like way back thinking like with about the podcast, I was actually thinking, I'd like to get Jacqueline Glenn on. I liked her like so a lot of the videos.
Has she ever done anything like that though?
Yeah, she's been on podcasts. Yeah, she's like Cara Santa Maria. She's been on her podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so that's an interesting. So Cara Santa Maria, I was watching her on.
She has a podcast.
Yeah, but she's also on the this
Young
channel,
Turks,
right? Or the National Geographic channel.
Oh, is she? I don't know.
No, she does scientific stuff and that. But she's all right. Is she on our side?
It's very hard to know if like people who show up on the Young Turks on our side.
I was watching something. They did that live brain surgery thing. I was watching. It's probably a couple of weeks ago. I didn't see it live, but I was watching it on TV the other day, and they did the live brain surgery thing. Yeah, and she was on that, and she seemed. I don't know. She seemed very nice, but
no, yeah, she seems good. The problem is this. I think it's hard for me to respect somebody who's not like Dave Rubin, who's just like, there's so much dishonesty here. I cannot, in good faith, stay on with these people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't. Like, if it was me and I noticed how much they were lying and what they were doing to people like Sam Harris on Ian Hercieli, I would leave. I wouldn't care like or anything.
Yeah, but you're talking about people who have a specific agenda.
Yeah, well, Cara Santa Maria is on the Young Turks, and she has to see what's going on to a certain degree. She just has to.
I didn't even
right?
realize she was
I think
that,
anybody on the Young Turks who has been there for a few years has to be seeing what's going on, right? And if they continue there, that's where I get a little bit like I question a little bit what's how should I say, like their credibility, their integrity,
ethics,
exactly.
and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, in the first months maybe, but at this point, it's like you see their race baiting, you see how they lie, you see how they attack certain people, you see that they have an agenda. No, I've never seen her do that. But
I recognized her name though. The carousel, because she's been interviewed by Gazzado, I think.
I don't know.
Or is it
Dave Rubin? Dave Rubin had her on.
Or Joe Rogan as well, I think.
Yeah, I know. Jay Rogan has had her on like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she seems good. Like I like her, but I don't know. It's like I don't feel like you can ignore what they're doing at this point. Do you know what I mean? If you are ignoring it, I have a problem with it.
Well, I mean, there's no need to ignore it. If you can, I mean, if they accept you to, if she accepted to come onto your podcast, then you have to address those issues.
Yeah, no, I would.
I mean, unless you get somebody on who goes, well, okay, well, I don't want you to talk about this. I don't want you to talk about that. And we know who. I mean, we're talking about certain people there who want to set up their own agenda before you even have an interview.
I guess I mean, if I really wanted to talk to them about other subjects and they're like, you know what, this one subject I just don't want to talk about, I could respect that.
Yeah, but if they want to set up the entire interview to say, well, you can't say this and you can't say that.
No. I mean, if it was one subject that was just really touchy is one thing, but if they're like, we have to limit ourselves to like these 2 subjects, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. There are people out there, and there are already people out there that I've come in contact with who want to set up the interview like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I mean, I haven't gotten that from like anybody I've talked to. They're like, ask me anything, I don't care.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to you about it on direct message, but what I'm talking about, I think. You want to create this sort of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think we know what we're talking about. Yeah. So you say, well, you can't say this and you can't say that because of X, Y, and Z.
Do you think I might run out of people to talk to?
Only if everybody dies on the planet Earth.
Because I don't know. I keep pushing my luck with some people. I just contact people. I'm like, would you like to come on? And they're like, yeah. They're like, okay.
Just get me back on. Oh, don't Devin.
I mean, I could always. I mean, I have to like have people on like twice. But well,
that's when you get your favorite guest back on. I mean, everybody does that, right? Although not yet. I mean,
no, not immediately. But I mean, yeah, like Joe Rogan has like people on like 3 or 4 times.
Dude, there's a bunch of people. I mean, fuck, there's just people who haven't accepted to come on your podcast yet.
I just haven't. I mean, there are people I've thought of that I just don't have the time to ask yet because I asked like 3 people. They all say yes, and suddenly I have to organize those 3 people. So I actually have to like, I can't ask everybody all at once because I noticed the majority of people are saying yes to me. So.
Well, it depends how much stipulations they put in place. If you get people on that just want to, well, if you just get people on that want to just talk about, whatever they're doing, and even if they want to push a book,
that's fine. I mean, if there are people I like, and they're happy to push their books because, I mean, they need to make their money, and they're doing me a favor for being on for free. I don't charge. They don't charge me. Nobody's charged me for like coming on that podcast, so they're giving their time to me for free.
Exactly. I only make $100 per hangout, so No, I do all this for free. No, I think there's plenty of people who can get on it. Plenty of people. I'll try and work what I can, and I'll work my magic. But I want people. I want people to talk to you because you have a great show, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, dude. This is my channel, so. No, I think
I loved our episode. I thought that was a good episode.
Yeah, I listened to the entire thing back, and
I think like after a year, and I have if I have dozens of videos, I think it's gonna. I like the way it's looking. Do you know what I mean? With all the names there.
Yeah.
I think it looks nice. Like oh, look at that name I got, and it's just it looks like a nice little podcast. So
this is the weird thing, all right. This is the weird thing, right? If you look back at your channel in 5 years' time, or even 2 years' time, which is not a massive amount of time, but even if you look back at it in 2 years' time, think, well, I spoke to Dave Rubin 2 years ago, and look where he is now.
Yeah.
Right. And I know Dave Rubin's obviously fucking has got 100,000 whatever, and or Devon or Ali Rizvi or whoever or me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I spoke to this person, but it's all there set in time. I like that. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean? Even if nothing ever comes of it.
No, because those videos are always going to be there, and when it starts to accumulate a lot, people are going to go back to the older videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, you just keep on doing what you're doing, dude. Well, everything you're doing, you're on the right path, as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what anybody thinks. Anybody with any balls and anybody with any intelligence will say, keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah, I was with my buddies this during this week. I hadn't seen them in a long time because they're married and they're thinking about having kids. So I didn't talk to them. But they like my friend saw a couple of my episodes. I don't send it to them. They just now my family and friends have kind of found out what I'm doing. My parents knew and a few people knew, but a lot of people I don't tell them. But now a lot of people just caught on to this stuff, and they kind of look at it and they're like, Lalo, I saw a video of yours. I don't understand. Who are these people? What are you talking about? I'm like, we're talking about kind of religious stuff, and like they don't. And so my friend this week, I tried to explain it in depth. Who these people? I explained who Sam. So I explained who Sam Harris is. The only people they knew.
That must have been done over for you.
Yeah, definitely. No, and it took me and the only person I mentioned that they knew who they were, they knew who they were, was Ben Affleck. They don't know who Joe Rogan is. They don't know who Dave Rubin is. They don't know who any of these people are. Sam Harris, they have no idea. Who's Sam Harris? So what does he do? And I have to explain, well, he's a writer, and then there's Ben Affleck, and they had this fight, and then I got online, and then there's Joe Rogan, Dave Rubin, and I have to explain all this circle of people that they've never heard of. I'm like, they're kind of famous, and they're like, oh, you mean Brad Pitt is famous? No, not exactly the same thing, right? And he asked me Dave Rubin has a TV show. I'm like, oh, is it on CNN? I'm like, no, it's on Aura TV, which is an online show. And he's like, oh, and he interviews people. Who does he interview? Well, God, Sad, Ayan Hirsi Ali, Douglas Murray. It's like, and they're like, who the fuck are these people? Well, they all kind of say God doesn't exist too. It's like, that's all these people are. It's like we all say God doesn't exist in a million different ways.
Yeah. No. Conversely. My wife, who when I met her was she probably consider herself a Christian.
She does?
But she did.
Oh, she did.
She did. Yeah, this was 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Now she's she understands everything because I've given her the background to everything.
Right.
And I've explained who you are, and I've explained, but this has taken 3 years.
Yes.
In fact,
yes.
But especially within the last 6 months, she's understood. She when I started getting to this social media thing, which is really only within the last 6 months,
right?
She initially rebelled against it. She's like, why are you spending so much time online? I don't understand. why are you doing this? And eventually she understood. We had a lot of talks about it, and she's a very intelligent person herself, and she understands it now. She couldn't understand that, this is a West Texas girl. Right.
Yeah.
Whose mother and father are very religious, or not very religious, believe in God basically. And it took a lot of explaining, and she now understands it in a way that, in a way that I know she gets it. She gets it. She understands why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And she loves it. She actually loves it. She loves the atmosphere. She loves the energy of it. So
she watches a lot of this.
Yes. When she gets when she gets chance, oh, but fucking Lalo, you're like a brother to her right now.
Oh, that's great. I wanna one of these days I want to meet her, at least on Skype or something. We'll talk.
Yes, yeah. It might not be recorded, but
no, not to record. Just a private conversation. In there, I'm gonna reinforce that she's invited to chill and everything. And
she's waiting for the pictures.
I have to ask my parents for one. I couldn't find mine. But
yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
like that's what happened to me with it when
we're just friends now, dude. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's gone beyond that. It's not even just. We're just like talking as people that don't even know each other. I don't know. I fucking love it. I love it.
I mean, I talk with you guys more than I talk with my friends. I hardly ever talk with my friends. I talk with you guys all day. Like, think about how many hours we spend talking a week. If you had the chats, if you had Twitter, direct messages, Skype, and hangouts and videos, we talk so much. Like ridiculous amounts. And I talk with my friends like, hey, what's up? Like maybe once a week. What are you up to?
But that's when the trolls come in, right? Yeah. That's when the trolls come in. Well, why don't you have anything else to do?
Yes.
You don't realize that this goes beyond this, right? It goes beyond just fucking talking on Skype or Hangouts and all that kind of shit. Because we're actually friends, and
Yeah, and another thing is like when I first got on Twitter and tweeting about all this stuff about Cenk Uygur and Sam Harris, I was tweeting a lot, and I was tweeting a lot. People around me, friends or family would look at me, and I'm like on my Twitter account tweeting, and I have like maybe 1,000 followers or 1,500 followers at that point, and they're like, what is the point of what you're doing? I'm like, well, I'm tweeting about this, and this, and I'll explain. And
what's
they're like,
what you're doing?
Right, and they're like, well, you don't. They told me, do you think these people are paying attention to you? Do you think you have influence over Cenk Uygur or Sam Harris? Like, is seeing your Twitter account? Do you think they care? I was like, no, obviously I know they don't care. It's like, I know it's just like my little Twitter account, and like there's a couple dozen people on who follow me who maybe are just like, we're talking about this stuff. I'm very aware of that. But then eventually, like, people are, I actually found out, no, this is actually making a difference. These people are paying attention. They don't like it. Cenk Uygur is actually like, he's getting pissed at this shit.
Yeah. And then they'll ask you to stop.
Yeah.
Like, stop now. Okay, stop. Because, what's the point?
Oh, oh, no, actually, I didn't get that. I didn't get the stop. Now that I've explained it, like at least my family, because my friends, for example, I didn't tell them so much what I was doing, but my family actually would see me a lot, and I had to explain to them what I was doing, because they were just curious, like, oh, what the hell why are you on Twitter this much? And I started explaining it to them, and now that they kind of, after like almost a year now, they're very aware of who Sam Harris and Dave Rubin and a lot of these people are. They know them by name. They know who Cenk Uygur is by name, and they know who these characters are. And eventually, they're like, oh, you talked with Sam Harris, and they kind of you talked with Dave Rubin. They kind of know who he is now, right? And they're like, oh, you actually have taken off. You actually have like gotten in there and had a voice. And my for example, my father, he's like, my dad has been like totally supportive of me. Now he's like, you know what, you got to keep going, keep doing it. Like he's in a friend of mine in the United States, John, who I met in South America. He discovered my YouTube channel. I never sent anything to him, and he saw my Twitter, and he saw how many followers I had, and he saw who I was getting on my podcast, and he knows who Dave Rubin is and everything. And we Skyped the other day. I didn't talk with him in months. And he's like, dude, this is amazing, like what you've accomplished. And I don't know how you did this from Chile, but he also told me, like, keep doing it, man. Like I was listening to your podcast. You're doing great. I can see you doing more. So, it's encouraging, and it's nice to now not have like, just a couple hundred Twitter followers and people looking at me like, what? Stop wasting your fucking time on the Twitter machine, man. It's like you're just some asshole in Chile. People don't care about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's like stop wasting time. But and that's the same thing with my wife. I mean, she like initially she was, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you spending all your time on Twitter? It seems a waste of time. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Did she ever tell you to stop? Just stop doing it. Yeah.
Well, no, she didn't say to stop. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. But she didn't understand it. But now she does. It's like literally 10 minutes ago she let the dog out and just didn't even, she's like, that's cool. I know what you're doing. You know, it's not. It does make a difference. Eventually, it does make a difference. It's like baby steps, especially when it comes to social media with our and mine and yours and Devon's and everything else. It's just baby steps. If we all do it together, and we create some kind of
community.
We're not creating anything. I don't know. It's just like a meeting of the minds, as far as I'm concerned. It's just let's just get together and stop this shit. I mean, that's what I would like. Just stop the regressive bullshit that's going on. That's what I'm on. I mean, as far as the regressive left is concerned, that's.
I mean, if it wasn't for the regressive left, I gaining so much popularity in the last couple of years, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here online. Nobody would know who I am. Nobody.
I would be asleep. I would be in bed right now.
Yes, exactly. Me too. I would be in bed and I would be doing totally something else.
Yeah. I'd probably be fucking my wife. So. Although she's asleep. Speaking of which, I'm gonna wrap this up, dude. Yeah. I really need I need to go to bed because I am not working tomorrow, but I've got babies and shit to sort out tomorrow. So.
All right, man.
Lala, the Gash.
The Gash.
I love you.
I love you too. I love Anthony.
Yes, man. You're my friend. So
yeah, absolutely.
Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, the rest of you guys are just like, well, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go see. I'm seeing Lala next year. Publicly.
So awesome. That's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah,
you guys should all be jealous.
Yes, we're gonna do pictures and videos and hangouts and everything.
Oh well, yes, we're gonna do hangouts from Chile.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna do videos and shit.
We'll do hangouts from the beach.
Oh yes, and we'll make you all fucking jealous. From the Andes. Woohoo!
Oh man, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's all to come. 2016. Boom.
Yeah. The Gash. People it's a thing now. It's a thing.
Yeah.
The Gash. I might have to change my Twitter. It's gonna be the Gash.
I've got a plane flying overhead.
You get a lot of planes. Why? Do you live close to an airport?
It's a small airport.
Okay, because when we did the podcast, I didn't hear any.
That's because I keep cutting my microphone off.
Oh.
I'm clever like that. Anyway,
Hagbard is listening. God, a lot of people were listening.
I know. We've got 20 people. Yeah. 20 people. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Lala, I will talk to you soon.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, pal.